Hello and welcome to coverage of Grin's Gore for the custom standard format. Today we're going to be watching the Semifinals Match between Cftsoc, who's playing 4-color Harmonize together, and Zoo, who's playing Big Blue. So Cftsoc deck is essentially an aggressively oriented mid-range deck, which also has a 3-card combo finish. Meanwhile, Zoo's deck is a control-y, tempo-y kind of deck, which tops off with multiple win cons, which also generate card advantage, and using that, Zoo aims to lock the opponent out of the game while killing them with one of his large unblockable win cons. So looking at opening hands here, Cftsoc does have an opening hand Art Studio plus Exciting Band, which if he can get that online will be incredibly powerful because it just lets him bolt each turn. However, the issue, of course, is actually being able to resolve this Exciting Band through counter magic, and doesn't have a way to play this turn 1 Travel Together, which is another problem, because Travel Together is another engine which makes it really easy for Cftsoc to build up a board off of a single card. He does have access to turn 2 Humble Shepherd under counter magic though. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Zoo is kind of flooded out in terms of lands, and draws another one off the Wall of Mysteries. Not a good look. Epic of Ekbrom will let him leverage this mana, but not having a density of answers is a real problem versus Cftsoc deck. Despite having a win con, I think this could go poorly for Zoo. Okay, so gonna run out Humble Shepherd. Next turn can run out... oh wait, actually can't because the Zephyr Peak will enter tapped. So we'll just have to run out a Humble Shepherd again next turn. And Zoo hitting a Disrupting Current, that's a good top deck. Oh, but Cftsoc with another good top deck has the Plains. Now the question is, does he want to try and run out the Soul of New Alores, or just another Humble Shepherd? I guess he's going to go for Travel Together plus the Humble Shepherd. Doing that, he'll net a Nomad token off of the Humble Shepherd's Sheep creation because of Travel Together's ability. Zoo going to Disrupting Current the Humble Shepherd. Seems like a good choice because Cftsoc won't get the extra token, but also I think it might have been hasty because Zoo doesn't have many more answers and doesn't have a win con. I think you'd be okay with Cftsoc resolving the Humble Shepherd, countering something more valuable, but Zoo's thought might have also been that Humble Shepherd gives Cftsoc more mana to work with, which would allow him to more easily just ignore the Disrupting Current in the later part of the game. So Zoo top decks the Wall of Mysteries, but is not going to play it out. Instead, is going to choose to hold up Epic of Ekbrom X=1. So if you're Cftsoc here, not that many good options. Cftsoc can either run out Exciting Band or Soul of New Alores, both of which Cftsoc knows that if Zoo has counter magic, they will die. So now Cftsoc has to decide which one he considers more important. And I would say the Exciting Band is likely more important, so you would try to run out the Soul of New Alores first. Generally Soul of New Alores, because of its ability to just give you crazy Harmonize value, is more valuable, but Cftsoc does not have a Whoopip Chef, so it can't combo off right now, and Exciting Band plus Art Studio just wins the game. So he's going to try and run out the Exciting Band. I think if you're Zoo, you just immediately Epic of Ekbrom this. And yep, here comes the Epic of Ekbrom X=1. Exciting Band, fortunately for Zoo, does not get to resolve, and that means Cftsoc can't just Art Studio attrition Zoo out of the game. And a Spell Pierce here surprisingly might be good. Actually, no, Cftsoc does have enough mana to play Soul of New Alores and pay for it, but I was going to say that Soul of New Alores is not actually a creature on its face. Oh, and hits a Coral Barons off of the Wall of Mysteries that allow Zoo to shoot the Art Studio. Or put Cftsoc off of green and blue by shooting the... Actually, yeah, it'll probably be best just to shoot the Art Studio. So Cftsoc going to try and run out to protect the farm. Zoo cannot counter this with the Spell Pierce. So yeah, this is going to resolve. And Cftsoc has the fetch land in hand to immediately double trigger this. So this is a weird situation for sure, because I think if Zoo manages to top deck an Avatar of the Ocean, he's in a pretty good position, he's pretty way ahead. Conversely, if Cftsoc top decks a Whoopip Chef, in this current scenario, Zoo does not have the counter magic to be able to deal with Cftsoc just dropping Soul of New Alores first, then Whoopip Chef, and then comboing off. So they're both kind of in this weird purgatory period where they're We've run out lots of our good cards, and now we have to draw more. Like, Protect the Farm is still insanely good, especially with Travel Together and Fetch Land, but I don't think that it's exactly game-winning at this point. So if you're Zoo here, I think you Kalepa Tidesurger on one of the tokens, and then Coral Barons the Art Studio. Yep, so it's going to Coral Barons the Art Studio, and then yep, is going to run out the Kalepa Tidesurger and kill one of the tokens. Yep. And still has a Spell Pierce up just in case. On end, Cftsoc going to crack the Vibrant Locale and get 2 more tokens off Protect the Farm plus Travel Together. Oh no, and another fetch land from Cftsoc. What a top deck. And this is good on multiple levels for Cftsoc. One, it gives him like 4 more tokens, obviously. But also, this puts him at 6 mana with his 5 lands plus Humble Shepherd, which means that next turn, he can crack Protect the Farm for full value. Oh, and can also run out Soul of New Allures now, and Zoo can't counter it with the Spell Pierce. And yeah, Zoo's just going to concede right there. Yeah, I think not having a good density of interaction in his opening hand kind of just put the nail in the coffin for Zoo here. The Wall of Mysteries are okay, but then really, like, you just care about stopping Cftsoc from ever resolving anything, and then his small creatures don't present enough of a clock for you to care. Now, I know that from the side, Cftsoc has Spore Flow Protectors, which are really good in this matchup. They're great versus control, and they're also specifically good versus big blue, because exiling instants or sorceries from Zoo's graveyard makes it so that he cannot flip his Transform land, so that's really strong. Let's check out what else they have in sideboards. Actually, my mistake. It seems like Cftsoc has both of his Spore Flows main. Does have a Negate inside and then 4 Sire Vampires. I could see Cftsoc bringing in some of the Sire Vampires and definitely the Negate, because the Negate is just great in this matchup. Maybe even the Essence Scatters to deal with some of Zoo's win cons, though I don't know how likely that is. But I think Negate for sure, just to win Counter Wars and force resolving something. Meanwhile, on Zoo's end, has 3 Essence Scatters, 2 Epics, 2 Spell Pierce, and a Sand Warp. I think the Sand Warps and Essence Scatters come in, and I don't think anything else does. Probably out for, I could see like Cryocell, maybe, no, I could see the Cryocells coming out, and then maybe like 2 Kalepa Tidesurgers maybe. That would be like my read. Okay, going into game 2. Zoo once again has an interaction low hand. And it looks like Zoo is also mulled to 5. That is not super great. Only having an Opt and a Kalepa Tidesurger here hurts a lot. Meanwhile, Cftsoc has a stacked hand. Turn 1 Travel Together into turn 2 either Humble Shepherd or Protect the Farm is insane. Then also has a beautiful Crescendo to search for one of the combo pieces if Cftsoc happens to draw into the other. Yeah, and with Zoo's hand looking like this, I don't see how Zoo can possibly win this. It does get a Disrupting Current off the end of turn Opt, which could help this matchup a lot. Because again, Zoo just needs a constant stream of interaction here. So Cftsoc going to try and run out a Humble Shepherd. Zoo's immediately going to Disrupting Current this. But again, the problem is next turn Cftsoc either untaps and plays an Enthralling Actor or Protect the Farm. And Zoo topping into a Sand Warp but can't cast it, so he's just going to cast a Kalepa Tidesurger, bounce a Travel Together. And Cftsoc is not being punished for keeping this 2-land hand. Has top decked 2 lands so far, one of which is a fetch land, so works exceedingly well with this Protect the Farm, which Cftsoc going to run out immediately. Okay, going to play a Fractured Remnant, get a Soldier, and then run out Travel Together again. The sequencing on that seems whack. Yeah, I definitely feel like there was no reason for Cftsoc to run out the Protect the Farm before the Travel Together. Well, I guess the reason is to get a Soldier token this turn. So Zoo's just going to swing with the Kalepa Tidesurger. Has top decked into another Disrupting Current, which is really good. Like, even if Cftsoc doesn't cast a single spell, has top decked into another fetch land, so we'll be able to generate a total of 8 more tokens off of these fetch lands. And then by that point, we'll likely top deck into another land and we'll have enough to trigger Protect the Farm. So Cftsoc can win this game without having to cast a single spell. He's going to swing in for 1 with the Soldier. He's going to play these Sending Spires, gets 2 tokens off of Protect the Farm plus Travel together. And then it's just going to pass. There's no pressure for him to run out the Enthralling Actor right now. Instead can hold up Beautiful Crescendo and then have Ascending Spires to create 2 more tokens on end. And wow, the 3rd Disrupting Current from Zoo. This is a crazy series of top decks for Zoo, but again, it may not matter. Like, Zoo missed the crucial window of countering the Protect the Farm, and now I think this game is just over. Yeah, I really think the early Disrupting Currents, both games on the Humble Shepherd, they weren't mistakes per se, but I think they were suboptimal. Okay, on end, Cftsoc is going to play Beautiful Crescendo, is going to tutor up an Art Studio right here, or I don't know. An Art Studio would make sense. That or Soul of New Allures, because when you're making a bunch of tokens, because both the Nomads and the Soldiers have Vigilance, you can attack, and then before damage, tap them to activate Soul of New Allures' buff ability. So it's a weird instant speed combat trick. And then on end is going to crack the fetch land, get 2 more tokens. Oh wow, and Cftsoc top decks the Whoopip Chef! He now has all 3 pieces of the Travel Together combo. So for now, I think really Cftsoc could just run out like Enthralling Actor or Exciting Band, force Zoo to like waste counter magic on them, threaten lethal with the ground tokens, and then even if they get countered, just kill Zoo with the combo. And he's going to play Whoopip Chef. Zoo cannot Disrupting Current these because Cftsoc has 3 mana up, so Zoo can Sandwarp this, which if Zoo chooses to Sandwarp this, he cannot counter the Enthralling Actor. Or he can let this resolve, and then Cftsoc threatens to Soul of New Allures next turn. Okay, so Cftsoc is going to resolve the Whoopip Chef, gets 2 more tokens. Okay, he's going to swing in with 5 tokens. Zoo's going to block one of them, but it's still going to take 4. And Zoo going to play the Wall of Mysteries that he top decked. Interesting. Yeah, I think it does need another ground blocker right here. But like I don't know what can save Zoo here, because Zoo does not have wipes by virtue of being in blue, and yeah, it's just going to concede. The only thing that could have saved Zoo there is a big Epic of Ekprom, but Zoo just did not have the mana. And there were so many axes on which he was dead. But yeah, whew. I think it's unfortunate that we didn't get to see Zoo's deck function as well as it could, but he's still done really well to get this far in the tournament, so good games to him. And also congratulations to Cftsoc, who moves on to the finals of this Grin Gore Dome tournament. Will it be Seismic Lawns on red-blue colorless full automation, or Plipster on green-red-black mutants, who will meet him in the finals? We'll find out next time on the next semifinals match for the custom standard Grin Gore Dome tournament.